Hello everyone, this is Edwin again from Motor Village, your Fiat specialist, just going over a few features on the car. I know a lot of you haven't had a chance to physically get your hands on a car, so this is the next best thing so that you know all the information by the time you get yours. I'm going to go over some of the tech and some of the standard features here on the Sport, and go over what's available and standard on all three. So I'm sitting here in the Sport. As you can see, I've got the Blue and Me here, and this one does come with a satellite radio. That's a separate package that you can upgrade to. Now, this is actually probably one of my favorite things, and that would be the Sport button, and that's available on all three, not just the Sport. Now, what that's going to go ahead and do is sharpen the throttle response and tighten up steering, and you can go ahead and turn that on and off as you go, no special action taken. And I guess times you want to turn that off, because really I'd have it on all the time, but if you turn it off, the steering's a lot lighter, so for parallel parking it makes it that much easier for you. I was going through a few things here on the dash, which I don't have the key for right now, but I just wanted to point that out to you, was that this car does come standard with hill start assist. Now, if you're anything like me and you suck at driving stick shift, which I do, that's a really, really important feature to have, because especially in hilly areas, you don't want to be rolling back and scaring the passengers behind you or the drivers. So this does come with hill start assist, and simply the way that works is when you're up on a hill, let's say at a stoplight, you can have your foot on the brake, and then as soon as you let off the brake and go onto the clutch and go for the accelerator, the car is going to roll back. So if you're not quick enough, you will roll back. What that does is for a few seconds it'll keep the brake pressed to give you enough time to go ahead and get on the clutch and the accelerator and get going without rolling back. Saved my life, and I'm sure a lot of you will appreciate that. Which reminds me we should go back to the 5-speed manual. Now, I've been told this is the way to go if you want to get the full feel of the Fiat. 5-speed manual is the way you want to go, but of course not all of us drive manual. It's actually really, really easy to use. As I stated, I am pretty bad at this, but the clutch is very, very forgiving. Gears are easy to find, and I can honestly say I've only driven stick a few times in my life, and I did not stall this vehicle whatsoever. No bucking, no embarrassing, bull riding, I guess, on the streets there. It's very easy to use, very easy out of first gear, and I think if it wasn't for this transmission here, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. So if you're still learning or considering maybe going for a manual but you don't know how to use it, I'd try, and honestly it's really, really easy to use and very, very fun. It's I think it gives you the car the best feel and the most pep. Probably shouldn't admit to this, but I was able to hit 75 in fourth gear, no problem. Passing is not an issue in third gear. It's a lot of fun to do, and despite the only 101 horsepower, it's got more than enough for city driving and for a little spirited driving. Passing, like I said, is not an issue, and for those of you that still don't know, the 101 horsepower is still a better power to weight ratio than the Mini Cooper. So if you're still considering that one, don't. This is the way to go. Okay, so we are in a Sport, and this has the standard Bose sound system with the subwoofer down below the seat. It's kind of hard to see, but that's what that is. There's been a lot of dispute as far as whether that's the amp or the sub. That is the sub, and the amplifier, which I'll show you right now, is located here in the back. You can see that there. So that's the amp, not the sub. It's kind of a backwards setup, but it works fine. The sound system is really good. It's a pretty small cavity to fill, so the sound is pretty crisp, and I think it sounds great, and for what you're paying, you're getting tons, believe me. Now, something I found pretty interesting was the door locks. It took me a couple weeks to find out where these were. I looked through the car all over, and as you can see on the doors, there's no buttons, there's nothing on the dash for door locks. But the funny thing is, it's actually built into the handle here. So, just to lock the car, you would press in. You can see a little red right there in the back. That's to let you know that the car is locked. Now, when the car is closed, you can hear it click in and lock and unlock. So it's just another little thing that Fiat's done to keep the idea of keeping it simple, but very functional without ruining the dash and loading it with buttons and knobs here and there. So, if you have any more questions, please let me know. I want to do as many of these as I can. And, before I go, I want to mention this does come with the moonroof. And for anyone 6 feet or taller, I'd recommend going without the moonroof. I'm pretty much at the brink where I'm rubbing against the headliner there. And it's not bad. I don't mind doing it, but if you go without the moonroof, you get about 2-3 inches more head clearance, which is going to make it a much more comfortable drive. You don't have to worry about your hair rubbing up on there. And like I said, anyone 6 feet tall or over, you want to go ahead and go without the moonroof. And also, before I go, I did have a customer here that was 6'5", and I kid you not, I went ahead and sat in the front, and I am 6 feet tall even. He sat in the back, 6'5". Obviously, my seat was pretty far forward, but we both fit, and it was enough to, I'd say, go for half an hour drive or whatnot. You know, it's definitely not a long 5-hour cruiser that way, but you can definitely fit, honestly, 4 full-size adults in the car, no problem. And, you know, if you guys want to come down, we do have a demo here you can test drive and play around with. Feel free to come down and you know, put people in their car seats and whatever you want to see if it's going to be a good car for you. Okay? So please feel free to comment and message me and ask any questions. If there's any other videos I can do, please let me know, because I'll be happy to do it and answer any questions. I know a lot of people are still looking for answers. All right, so take care, folks, and we'll see you later.